Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Teaching English on دروس عين Super Goal 4. Before we start, on your behalf, I would like to welcome Mr. Fawaz Al-Aqil, the interpreter to the sign language. As always, we start our class by reviewing the plan or the objectives that we are going to achieve at the end of this class, inshallah. The first objective is the student will be able to identify amazing facts about some sports, some animals, some places, and some things. Also, the student will be able to use comparative and superlative form. They will be able to form comparative adjectives ending in E and Y correctly. They will spell it correctly. Also, the student will be able to identify irregular comparative and superlative forms. The student will be able to answer comprehension questions based on listening. And at the end of the class, also, the student will be able to pronounce sound at the end of the words correctly. Now we are starting a new unit, that is Unit 3, and this unit is under the title, There is No Comparison. And today we're going to take 5 sections of this unit. These sections are listening and discussion, pair work, grammar, listening, and pronunciation. Now let's take a quick overview on the title of this unit. The title of this unit is There is No Comparison. What do you mean by that? That means you cannot compare between two things. One of them is carrying the adjective more than the other. If you want to compare between two things, okay, or two people, two animals, two cities, and so on, you will need to use adjectives. Okay, how do we deal with these adjectives? This is the main objective of this unit, to compare between things. Okay, now look at here. We can use comparative to compare between two things. Like here, the two boys here, one of them is taller than the other is shorter than. So here, if we compare between two things, we use comparative. That we will come in details, inshallah, in the next slides. But if you compare one to a group of people or a group of things, that means we are using superlative. So there are two ways of changing the adjective to compare, whether to compare between two things, comparative. One thing to others, that is superlative. And now we enter the main, the first section of Unit 3, that is listen and discuss. You can find that on page 18 and 19. Listen and discuss. Okay, now in this lesson or this section, we're going to learn about some amazing facts. Okay, some facts that you might know them for the first time. We are going to look at the pictures or the photos, and you will tell how you know about them. Like here, you know this team. What does this team play? Does it play basketball, volleyball, handball, or football? That's right. This team is the Saudi national team, and it plays football. So the football here is the world's most popular sport. Popular, that means very well known in the world, or in Saudi Arabia in particular. This one is Burj Al Arab. You know this building. This is an amazing building. It's called the most expensive hotel. Okay, it is very expensive. Not only expensive, but it is the most expensive among all hotels. And here we talk about a shark. This is the white shark. This is the most dangerous creature in the world. That is called the white shark, or the great white, the world's most dangerous fish. Okay, also we're going to learn some new facts about these things, about Tokyo and Shanghai. We compare between these cities. We'll know some facts about banana. We'll know about the diamond. This is a diamond also. And about a falcon. Okay, you will have some amazing fact about the falcon. And also you will learn about the Arabian Oryx. This is called Arabian Oryx. Okay, now we are going to answer this question in the vocabulary throughout our reading to the sections of listen and discuss. You will need to underline adjectives used to compare in the reading. So when we have the list of the things that we mentioned a while ago, we're going to make a comparison. So there are specific adjectives that are used to compare between two things or one thing to others. So you will need to underline them, to put a line under these words. Now we start with the world's most popular sport. What is it? Is it this one, which indicates football? Is it the American football? Is it basketball? Is it baseball? And we will know information also about the World Cup. So you will read and listen now, and you will find out some amazing facts and information about these things. Okay, let's listen and you will read along. Okay.
The world's most popular sport. Football is the most popular international team sport. It is much more popular than American football, basketball, or baseball. FIFA, Federation International de Football Association, the worldwide football organization, has approximately 7.1 million teams and 301,000 clubs, with 265 million players around the globe. It has more members than the United Nations. The World Cup is one of the most spectacular sporting events in the world. Every 4 years, over 1 billion people follow the month-long competition between the top 32 football-playing nations on TV.
Okay, now we will underline the adjectives, the comparative and superlative forms. The most popular, more popular, this is a comparative form, and most spectacular. Okay, now we move to the world's most expensive hotel. This is the most expensive, very expensive. Now, when you compare it to other hotels, you'll find out that it is very expensive. Now through reading, you will learn how much is the cost for one night in this hotel. Okay, and how many stars does this hotel is considered. And the shape, how does they make the shape? What is it imitating? Okay, it imitates, as you can see here, a huge sail. Okay, and from the inside, why is it very expensive? And what is special, something special inside? Like here you can see some golden faucet here, and you can find golden knobs or doorknob and so on. So you learn more about this, how high it is, and other things through reading. So you will listen and read along this text about Burj Al Arab.
The Burj Al Arab Hotel in Dubai is the world's most famous 7-star hotel. The hotel is an architectural wonder. It looks like a huge sail. Its height is 1,053 feet, 321 meters, making it one of the world's tallest hotels. The Burj Al Arab Arabian Tour is built on a human-made island. It is the world's most luxurious hotel. It features marble and glass from Italy, 24-karat gold-plated faucets and doorknobs, mirrors that turn into TV screens in the bathrooms, rotating beds, and all the latest technology. The cheapest suite is more than $1,500 per night, and the most expensive suite can cost over $25,000.
Okay, let's underline the words that describe or that are used to compare things. Like here, the first one is the most famous. Also, we talk about the tallest. Okay, here we have most luxurious and the latest. Okay, also we have the cheapest. The cheapest suite is $1,500 for one night. Also, the most expensive suite is to $25,000 US dollars. Now we move to the shark. Okay, the great white shark, which is called the world's most dangerous fish. Okay, this is the one. You will learn more about it. How many teeth does this shark have? You will be amazed that you will find out how many teeth this shark has. Let's read and let's listen and read along to find out some information or amazing facts about this animal.
The great white shark is one of the oldest living species on Earth. It existed 350 million years ago. It is the largest and the most dangerous predatory fish, and it is the most feared by humans. Great white sharks can grow up to 20 feet, 6 meters long, and weigh up to 4,400 pounds, 2,000 kilograms. They have about 3,000 teeth arranged in several rows. When the front teeth break or fall out, these teeth are replaced by others from the next row. Sharks' hearing is very sensitive, and they can hear their prey many miles away. They can also detect 1 part per million of blood in seawater.
Okay, the adjectives used for comparative and superlative forms: oldest, largest, most dangerous, most feared, and so on. Now we have some information about other things that we mentioned in our introduction about some cities, some animals, and some fruits also. Let's read and listen to these facts and read along.
Did you know Tokyo is bigger than Shanghai and Mexico City? It's the world's biggest and most crowded city. The banana is the most popular fruit in the world. Diamonds are the world's hardest elements and the most expensive precious stones. The Arabian Oryx is one of the most endangered species in the Arabian Peninsula. It was extinct in the wild in the 1970s, but it was saved by zoos and reintroduced to its habitat. The Peregrine Falcon is the fastest moving creature on Earth. It can dive at speeds of up to 200 miles, 320 kilometers per hour.
Okay, are they amazing facts to you, or you know them before? This is also very important to know and to check for more details about this piece of information about each one of the mentioned animals, fruit, and pieces of things. Okay, now we move to exercise A that we have already answered about the adjectives that we use to compare: most dangerous, most popular, more popular. This is a comparative form: most spectacular, most expensive, most luxurious, most feared, bigger, most crowded, most endangered, oldest, tallest, latest, cheapest, largest, biggest, and hardest, and fastest. Okay, these are called most of them are superlative forms, and some of them are comparative. Now to check your comprehension, your understanding. Now, number one here, you need to check if it is true or false. You can write true or false, or you can say also yes or no. The tallest hotel in the world is in Tokyo. No, it's not correct. That's no. Why? Because it is in Dubai. That is Burj Al Arab. Baseball is the most popular team sport in the world. Is it? Is it baseball? No, it's not. It's football, actually. Number three, bananas are more popular than mangoes. Is that correct? That is a correct statement, yes. Number four, diamonds are cheaper than most precious stones. That is no. There are. It is actually the most expensive. It's not cheaper. Number five, Mexico City is the most crowded city in the world. That's incorrect sentence or statement. That's Tokyo is the one that is the most crowded city, as we read. Now we move to the second part of this class, which is pair work. Now ask and answer questions about the information on these pages. Let's listen to a conversation now, and you can do the same about this conversation.
Ask and answer questions about the information on these pages. Which is the world's most dangerous fish? It's the great white shark. Is Mexico City bigger than Tokyo? No, it isn't. It's smaller.
And you notice here you can do the same with a classmate or with a member of your family using the comparative and superlative forms. Now, workbook exercise A on page 97. If you go there, you can apply what you learned about these pieces of information, and also you can make some reading. You will find it exercise A, and you will read sentences. You will list the adjectives used to compare. The second part of our class today is about grammar. In the grammar here, we mentioned some of the examples about comparative and superlative forms, and we will talk about them in details now. The comparative, we use adjective plus er or more for the long adjectives to make comparative, as we mentioned a while ago. Like here, we have this one, which is Imad. That's Imad. Imad is tall, okay? But when we talk about Ahmed, we can compare Ahmed to Imad. We say Ahmed is taller than. You notice that the adjective tall, we add er, then than. Okay. Also here we can talk about Imad. We say Imad is intelligent. Imad is intelligent. But we will consider Ahmed that Ahmed has or carries the adjective more than Imad. Like here, this is Imad or this is Ahmed. We can say Ahmed is more intelligent than Imad. Why do we use er with than? And in this sentence we use more because the adjective is long. That's what we are going to come in details in the next slides. Notice here, when you make comparison with the comparative form, you compare two things, we use than. Okay, look here, we should use than here when we compare two things. Okay, what about the superlative here? We don't use than here, but we should use the, because we're considering the superlative adjective, the one it has the most distinguished of carrying this adjective. Here we use the plus the adjective, or sometimes est, or the most plus the adjective to make the superlative. Ahmed is the tallest boy in the class. Okay, he's not only tall, but among his colleagues in the class, he is the tallest. Okay, also he is what? He is the smartest. Notice here the adjective smart is considered as a short adjective, so we add est. He is the smartest. Okay, Ahmed is the most intelligent boy in the class. When we use the adjective intelligent, we consider intelligent as a long adjective. We don't add er for the comparative or est for the superlative, but we add more for comparative and the most for superlative. Also, he's athletic, but not only athletic, he is the most athletic in the classroom. Okay, how to form them? We use er, est for one syllable. As we said before, if the word is one syllable, we add er or est, like the examples we mentioned a while ago. Adjectives and adjectives that end in y, for example, happy, we change the y here in this case into ier, or also the y for the superlative, we change the y into I, we say happiest. Look here, happy becomes happier and happiest. Okay, we use more or most for longer adjectives, as we said before. Most adjectives we add just er or and est if they are ending with specific words or with specific sounds or letters, but there are exceptions here. Adjectives ending in e, when the adjective ends in e, we don't need to add another r, but we add r only. So here nice becomes nicer, nice becomes nicest, we don't add another e. For the adjectives ending in y here, we change the y, as we said before, into I, and we say easier and easiest. Adjectives ending in one vowel followed by one consonant, like here big, we double the last sound, we say bigger. Okay, big, bigger, also the biggest. Also with hot, notice here we have the word hot here, there is a vowel and followed by a consonant sound or consonant letter. We say here hotter and the hottest. Okay, some adjectives have irregular comparative and superlative forms. As we said, all adjectives, either long adjectives more than one syllable, we add more and the most, or short adjectives we add er or est, that plus the adjective with est. But there are exceptions here. We have only two adjectives like good and bad. When we want to compare two things using good and bad, we say good, better, the best, bad, worse, the worst. Okay. Now we go to the exercise A. Complete the sentences with the comparative superlative forms of the adjectives in parentheses. Use the before superlative. Jeddah is, we can say here, Jeddah is the most interesting. What about gold? Gold is heavier, gold is heavier and more expensive than mercury. Okay, you can see the picture of gold and mercury. I think that blue jacket looks what? Looks good, but we want to compare your look before and after. You can say you look better on that, or you look better on you than the red one. Summer is also warm, okay, but we compare it with another thing. We say the warmest and the driest time of the year. Okay, also we complete the exercise. The clock tower of Burj Al Arab tower in Mecca is one of the tallest, we call it, or the highest in the world. Number 6, my room is quiet, but not only quiet, it is the quietest place or the room in a house or in my house. I can't hear any noise. Number 7, the Taj Mahal, this is the picture of Taj Mahal in India, is one of the most beautiful. Why do we use the most here? Because beautiful here is a long adjective. Building in the world. Number 8, the Sahara Desert, this is the Sahara Desert in Africa, is bigger than the Arabian Desert. Here we are comparing two things, so we use the comparative form. In exercise B here, we need to change the sentence to disagree with the following statements. How to disagree with a sentence? When somebody says the Panama Canal is older than the Eiffel Tower, you can say no, it's not, it's newer, like this one. Number 1 here, you can do it yourself. The Amazon is longer than the Nile. We use the adjective short, and when you disagree, you say no, it's not, it is shorter. Number 2, bananas are cheaper than apples. Okay, is that correct? You will disagree, you say no, they aren't, they are more expensive. The adjective here is expensive, long adjective, so we use more to compare. Steel is much harder than diamond. We can say soft here, we can say no, it's not, it is softer. Okay, also we can talk about China is larger than Canada. Okay, when you disagree, you say no, it's not, it is smaller. Plane travel is more dangerous than car travel. You can say no, it's not, it is safer. Horses are stronger than elephants. Okay, but you disagree, you think they are weaker, so we say here no, they aren't, they are weaker. And in exercise C here, we will compare two things. Okay, the first one here, we can see a dolphin, we can see a chicken, and the adjective smart. It is very clear that one of them is smarter than the other. How can we say it? Which is smarter? Dolphin is smarter than a chicken. Or you use the superlative form, you say, I think a dolphin is the smartest animal. Among all animals, it's the smartest. You don't need to compare it with a chicken. Among all animals, it is the smartest. And here we talk about a cheetah and a horse. What is the adjective? Fast. So we can say here, I think a cheetah is faster than a horse. You can say the superlative. Cheetahs are the fastest animals on land. And here we talk about two sports. The one is rollerblading, and the other one is surfing with difficult. What can we say? We say, which is more difficult? We can say, I think surfing is more difficult than rollerblading. I think surfing is the most difficult extreme sport. Among all other sports, it is the most difficult. And what about traveling in a car or driving, that means driving, or flying? Which one is more dangerous? Which one is more dangerous? The more dangerous thing is flying. Okay, sorry, driving is more dangerous than flying. If you use the superlative, I think driving is the most dangerous means of transportation. Okay, we talk about these two, sailing and skydiving. Which one is more exciting than the other? We can say, I think skydiving is more exciting than sailing. But not only that, it is the most exciting extreme sport. Okay, these two sports, one of them is rugby, the other one is football. The adjective is popular. What can we say here? Which one is more popular? Well known. Is it football or rugby? Football is more popular than rugby. If you want to talk about football, that it is distinguished or standing out among all other sports, you can say the most popular sport. Okay, English and mathematics, which one is easy? You can say your opinion. I think English is easier than math. I think English is the easiest school subject. Okay, now we move to exercise D, work with a partner, give your ideas or opinions on the topics that we said, use superlative. This is the list that we mentioned a while ago. So the cheetah is the fastest, surfing is the most difficult, driving is the most dangerous, skydiving is the most exciting, football is the most popular sport, and lastly, English is the easiest school subject. Okay, you can go to your workbook page 1898 and 99 to answer the following exercises. B, C, D, E, and F. You will apply what you learned in these two pages. Now we move to the listening part. You will see this thing. This is a mine where they can extract or take out the diamond. How do they do that? You are going to listen to some facts about this, and at the end of listening, you will answer these sentences. You will decide whether they are true or false. Diamonds are formed deep down in the earth. When you listen, you will find out about answering these questions. You can't break a diamond with a hammer. Is it true or false? The world's largest diamond was found in Britain. Is that correct? The great star of Africa weighs over 530 carats. Okay, now we move to listening. You will find some facts about diamond, how it was taken from the deep in the ground, and how deep it is in the ground, and what happens if you hit a hammer, if you hit a diamond with a hammer, and what happens if you put it in an oven, and how does it disappear, when it to what extent of temperature it can appear. All these pieces of information you will find when you listen to this text.
Welcome to the Van Meer Diamond Company. Before I show you how we cut diamonds, let me tell you a little about the stones. Diamonds are formed over a period of 1 billion or more years deep within Earth's crust, about 150 kilometers deep, and are gradually pushed to the surface. Diamonds are the hardest natural substance on Earth, but if you hit a diamond with a hammer, it will break into many pieces. Also, if you place a diamond in an oven and raise the temperature to about 763 degrees Celsius, it will simply disappear, not leaving even a little ash.
Okay, we move to the second section of this listening also. We will know now how it is used and how it is extracted, and more information about that. You will listen, and also you will find out how much it costs and what is the most expensive diamond in the world. Let's listen and find out about this.
The world's largest diamond was the Cullinan, found in South Africa in 1905. It weighed 3,106.75 carats, uncut. When they found it, the rough diamond was 10 centimeters long, 6 centimeters high, and 5 centimeters thick. It was cut into 9 large gemstones and many smaller fragments. The largest of the cut diamond is called the Great Star of Africa and weighs 530.2 carats, 106 grams. The Lesser Star of Africa is 317.4 carats. These diamonds now belong to the British Crown, and they form part of the world's biggest collections of jewels. The Cullinan diamond collection is estimated to be worth over $400 million. Now, follow me and let's see how.
Okay, this is the audio script of the listening. You can read it also after pausing the video. And now it's time to answer the questions. Diamonds are formed deep down in the earth. Is that correct? That's a true statement. Number 2, you can't break a diamond with a hammer. No, you can break it. Number 3, the world's largest diamond was found in Britain. No, that's not correct. The fourth one, the Great Star of Africa weighs over 530 carats. That is a true statement. Now we move to the last part of our class today. That's about pronunciation. In this section here, we will listen and find out about the sound Okay, you know the Arabic ra is different completely than the r, which is in the English. So be careful to pronounce it correctly. We will read some words like better, faster, hotter, stronger. And here also we need some statements. Summer is better than winter. You pronounce the sound differently than the Arabic ra. This is very important. Is a cheetah faster than a horse? Also here we have sound that we will need to listen to and to be careful to pronounce it correctly to be a native-like speaker. That's the end of our class today. Thank you for watching and see you inshallah in our next episode. Goodbye.